So we got Matt and Nicole. They're nomad couples. So how did you guys meet?
Do you want to say it?
I'll let you say it because it's your story.
Oh gosh. Okay, so I was a way too hard party girl, partying in Glendale, where he was working at Fat Tuesdays. And we just started talking from there, just met at the back gate. I gave him my phone number, and then we just honestly just went from there. I came over, spent the night one night, and honestly never left from there. Spent the night every night. He really did pull me out of my drinking phase, though. Good. And made me more steady and everything. I was going through a lot. Everything was just coming at me. I was going to school full time. I was working 2 jobs. It was a lot of stress, and I was coping it in a way that I shouldn't have, unfortunately, with alcohol. But he really did shape me and pull me out of it, and that's when we just started traveling.
So you guys have been full-time on the road now for the past 4 or 5 years.
Yep.
What is it like living in a small area together?
It's definitely a hassle, to be honest with you. We started in a minivan, so there was seriously no separation, you know what I mean? And that was one of the hardest things that I had to overcome for sure. Being a man, we always, you know what I mean, want to be the big guy in the household and stuff like that, but it's so hard when you're in a minivan, you know what I mean? It's so hard, and you know what I mean, literally to the bathroom, to sleeping, to working out of the minivan, because we did door dashing in it. So I mean, you know, our home was our office, you know what I mean, our bedroom. So it was a hassle, you know what I mean, but we made it work, and we loved every minute of it. We really did. It was a hassle, but you know, just getting over it. When you really find someone that you kind of know that she's a ride and die person, you're good.
Like, nice. Like both of you guys had to learn each other's movements, and you know, obviously 2 people can't be in the same spot.
Absolutely.
So how did you overcome that, Nicole?
It was definitely a struggle. I mean, I was really like what I would say, like put in the corner a lot and everything to make sure I was like mainly out of his way and everything. So I was always laid against a window so that he always had access to swinging out the bed, going to the door and everything. But it was a lot of the time like we found ourselves not really spending a lot of time in the vans or in the vehicles we were living in because it was such a cramped spot. It got us really to go out and explore everything and really figure out what our interests are and what we can do together, and it really did shape us. And like you said, there's really no alone time unless I picked up a job where we were going, and then he got some alone time to like work on his stuff and everything.
Yeah. Nice. So like traveling with each other on long drives, do you find it rewarding as a couple to experience stuff together like that?
It's definitely very rewarding, and it's kind of like in the aspect now where it's super different because now we're driving separate, and it's like now we're not even experiencing those moments together anymore. So it's a lot of trying to figure out like what we can do next. Hey, we need to get walkie-talkies so that we communicate on the road, so that we're not texting or we're not on a phone call. We can just do like a comm system, or we just need to get a car dolly, sell the trailer, and like downsize our car and everything so we can really experience those moments together on the road again.
What are some of the cons that you have experienced as a couple on the road with where you go and stuff like that?
Go first.
Cons would be like planning on like where you need to go. Like let's just say like this parking lot doesn't work. I mean, we'll tend to be like, yeah, it's a place that I found, so we'll argue about it for a second, but then be like, okay, we need to take a second, we need to talk. We just be like, yeah, okay, cool, like I found this location, I didn't know it was gonna be like this, sorry. But we'll take a second, we'll be like, okay, cool, and then we'll find our backup plans. I mean, and that's what really made us develop our planning system and like more of our calendars and everything to alleviate those fights and everything, is be like, these are the areas we can go. So we always have a backup plan. Cool, this place didn't work. All right, cool. Where do we need to go next? This is what the notebook says. We're gonna follow that. It alleviates the stress. It alleviates the fights, and it's just, you really have to find a way to like navigate together so that you don't have any fights, especially on travel days. Travel days are going to be your most stressful days on the road.
And the places that you want to go destination wise, like the super fun places, do you guys ever hit like a speed bump where it's like, well, I'd much rather go to Death Valley, and you know the other person wants to go to Florida?
So I think that's one of the biggest things. We always bunk our heads because I think obviously we're two different people, but we want to be one. But everybody has something different. You know what I mean? No one is the same. You know what I mean? She definitely sometimes wants the beach. I want the desert. You know what I mean? She wants Florida. I want somewhere else. You know what I mean? So it's like that, but it's just, we just communicate. The number one thing, communicate, slow down. Nothing's a race. You know what I mean? That's the bottom line. We're not racing anywhere. You know what I mean? So we just communicate, figure it out. We go from there.
Good. So it seems like you guys pretty much have it figured out.
Yeah.
Tried
We try to. We think we do, but not at all.
I think we do.
Yeah.
And like the whole living situation, like you guys went from the minivan to the bus, and obviously those are very tight quarters for very personal times.
Yeah.
Like, do you kick Matt out of the bus or the van when you gotta, do your business?
No. I mean, that's also like how like we built the bus. We built it the way that like we know we could still get the privacy. I mean, we'll go to the bathroom with the door open and have a conversation and everything. We're just that comfortable with each other. But like, if you're going into this and you're not comfortable with that, okay, cool. So build it farther away, or don't do this lifestyle if you're not comfortable with stuff like that. It's having that communication, but it's also being comfortable with your partner too. It's just like, then you can really do those stuff without even having a problem. But also, we have a door. You can shut it. Not really gonna hear anything. I mean, it's not the end of the world at the end of the day. I mean, everybody does it. I mean, even then, cool, we want separation time. He'll game in the living room and I'll go lay in the bed and watch some TV. That's also why we put 2 TVs in the rig and everything, is stuff like that. Like, I have my time where I can go watch what I call my motivational videos or my Darman videos or stuff like that. I'll just do that, or I'll scroll on my phone, or I'll update our calendar for the month or the week or whatever you may have it. It's like we still have that separate time, and I really like, sorry.
Oh, no, that's good.
No, you're good.
Really like
Don't say sorry.
Now, the reason why I asked is because I'm sure there's a lot of people that don't think that part through.
Absolutely.
It's like, well, we live together, but it's like, can you endure those sounds and the smells and everything from another normal human being?
Yeah.
I mean, just don't look at the end of the day if you don't want to see it.
Yeah. A lot of air fresheners and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, like I said, to be honest, for everybody to know, we only use number 1, so no number 2s in the bus, or not in the van. Sorry. So there'd be no poop smells in the bus or in the van. Sorry. You know what I mean? So in the bus we do everything, obviously, because it's a full just residential bathroom. But in the vans it was definitely just pee only. But then
Planet Fitness
a lot of Planet Fitness and Cracker Barrels. You know what I mean? Was our go-tos. So
where do you see both of you guys as a couple in the future in this lifestyle?
I think there's so much more to come in store that I'm just so excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like we said, like, this isn't finished yet.
Yeah.
Right.
This is just the beginning for us.
Yeah.
Like, there's still so many things that we want done to the bus, that we want to change about the bus. Like, it's gonna be bigger and better as the years progress.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as a couple, you guys are looking to learn more.
Absolutely.
And fine-tune your living quarters and obviously get to know one another even better.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Do you guys plan on having any kids on the road?
So we made the hard decision. So I have 2 kids of my own, and I got 50-50 custody. So when we're at a good location, they'll come visit me. But we kind of made the hard decision to say no, and our reason was just because we don't know what tomorrow brings, And I don't want to ever have, you know what I mean, a child or somebody in a situation that we don't know what's going to happen,
Yeah.
if that makes any sense. So we made the hard decision to say no. And but if it happens, that's what happens. But at this point, we have no, you know, going forward as having any kids. You know what I mean? Right now, I have 2, and we're fine with that.
Nicole, do you help in any of the emptying of the tanks?
So I help him unlock the stuff and get the bucket out because he gloves up and everything, but I'm always outside helping in any way, shape, or form that I can with filling the bus, with dumping the bus, whatever he needs to do. Oh yeah. Those smells don't bother me. I mean, I used to work in the medical field. I used to deal with very unbearable smells and everything. So it's like that stuff, I mean, everybody does it. It's just processed poop at the end of the day. So it's just like, it doesn't bother me. So yeah, I'll always be outside helping. I mean,
Okay.
you got to do what you got to do when you live in something like this. You choose this lifestyle for a reason.
Yep. And then obviously being a girlfriend, boyfriend, and being nomads, do you guys still conform to the normal husband roles and wife roles and stuff like that?
I feel as though it's 50-50 because we both clean, we both cook. I feel as though he cooks more than I do, honestly, because I love his cooking. So he cooks a lot more than I do, but like I'll pick it up, I'll cook every now and then, but we both put in the effort to clean and to make sure that our house is what we want to live in, but that it's also presentable because you never know who's going to pull up, who wants to see it. I mean, come on. You live in a red, white, and blue bus. People are always pulling up, always wanting to see it and everything. So we always make sure that it's presentable for people and everything, and we take pride in that.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then again, like she definitely does more than most. I would say, like, this lifestyle, if you do have a partner, I would say your partner has to know, you know, pretty much as you do or more, because like, you know what I mean, she'll get out there and she could do exactly what I could do. You know what I mean? Dumping the tanks, I mean, working on the bus, I mean, making sure something is, you know what I mean, working, you know what I mean? And that's what the biggest thing, that we don't bump heads, because if something's broken, she knows how to normally fix it. You know what I mean? And if we don't, YouTube, obviously, but
Yeah.
but that's you know, she'll get out there and she'll do it too. And that's the biggest thing. Like, you know what I mean, I don't think one should do more than the other. I think we're equal in cleaning and, you know, working as a team, really.
With you both knowing how to work on the stuff, how to dump the tanks and work as a team, do you guys think that that's a big factor in why you guys get along so well in a small space?
Yeah, honestly, because we don't have those disagreements of like, oh, well, who's going to go off and turn off the generator, or who's going to do this, or who's going to go turn it on, or who's going to go dump the tanks and everything. It's really just like, okay, it's my night to go do it. Cool. We both know how to do it. We work as a team, and we make sure it's equal. We make sure that one person isn't going out as much as the next person, because we know it's cold outside. Nobody wants to be outside in this coldness. So we always split it up, make it fair.
Yeah.
And it always, I mean,
and there's chores
less
everywhere
arguments.
too, just like a stick and brick house, just like everybody else where we came from.
There's always something to do.
You always have to take out trash or mop the floor. You know, it's the same thing here. There's no difference. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's how I
take out the trash, sweep,
you know what I mean?
mop, vacuum, dust, do
Yeah.
whatever needs to be done, and we, you know, take a couple hours every morning, and then we'll relax, we'll cook, and then we'll clean all the dishes again, and then we'll relax again, and then we'll do our night cleaning, and then we'll go to bed.
What advice would you give a couple that hasn't lived in a tiny space together and is thinking about doing this nomad thing for the very first time?
Definitely learn each other before before you go into this, and make sure you know each other. Seriously, like dead serious. Make sure you know your partner, and make sure you know, or she knows, what you guys are about to get into, because this life is not for everybody. You know what I mean? We're out here soaking in the dirt, dust, eating it. You know what I mean?
Wind.
Like the wind. Like, this is it's brutal for some people. They're not ready for it. You know what I mean? So just make sure your partner knows, like, this is it. We're gonna be nomads. There's gonna be no water sometimes. There's gonna be, you know what I mean, nowhere to go to the bathroom. You really gotta just find somewhere. You know what I mean? Like, it's rough. So you gotta make sure both sides know what you're gonna get into.
Good. Awesome. Well, it was nice to interview both of you guys,
Absolutely.
and I appreciate both of you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.